Hey guys, I'm back. What I wanted to bring up and what I forgot about too, where we have to keep in mind, right? As far as custody with young Pharaoh and his son, we got to remember that if she can't prove, right, that he has a mental disability, right, with facts. We know something wrong with him. We know that, hey, 1 minute he like this and the next minute he like that. All that's fine. And we know that. But when you go before a family judge and you want custody and you are saying he needs supervised visits and that he has a mental problem and I don't feel my child is safe around him or whatnot. You have to prove that. We have to keep that in mind. See, I forgot about that. So can she prove that he on medication? Can she prove that he was admitted into, a mental institution? Can she prove that he harmed the child? Can she prove that if the child goes with him, that something's going to happen to the child? Can she prove these things? Now, again, we see how he is on here. We know, right? The kids ain't safe with him. We see this. But again, keep in mind with a family judge, you have to pretty much prove that. Because in their mind, if she can't prove that he did something physically or put that child in danger, or he physically harmed that child and you got proof that he did do this, then you have to prove that in order for them to say, take his parental rights away and no, he can't see his son at all. You have to prove that. So when we think about that, now we have to go to, okay, shit. Yeah, she has a lot of things over him, and yeah, she has a lot of leeway as far as her case in family court and why she wants custody of her child. She's the mom. She has that over him. The child has been with her consistently. She has that over him. She has she has a lot of things. She lives in another state. That is in her favor. But it still isn't enough for a judge to say, I'm taking his parental rights away and he can't be around his child, right? Now, if you can't go into mediation, which they will have to do, and come up with the plan, come up with the custody plan, right? They know that they live in two different states and it'll be hard. And they know all the details and all of this shit, right? So if they can go into mediation time after time for maybe a couple of months, to think the judge are kind of like, oh, change the date. Y'all try to work something out. They big on y'all work this out yourself. If they can't come up with it and you have to go before a family judge will give two fucks that he live in another state. A family judge will ask the schedule. When are you free? On the weekends, something. The judge gonna ask you all of those things. And once you have all of those answers, then she's gonna make her order, or he gonna make the order centered around that. Is no way in hell that the judge is going to say, no, you live in another state, and no, I can't grant you custody. Can't. Because we see all the time, maybe somebody in our family, friends, or whoever, we see that, fathers have custody and they live in another. I know a couple of dads who live in another state and they still get custody of their son on summer breaks. Sometimes they switch it. 1 year, one parent have it, the other year, the other parent have it, like that. Birthdays, they switch it up. Christmas, holiday, you have the child for 1 week. I have the child for 1 week, like that. they still do it like that. Living in another state don't have nothing to do with it. And if you can't come up with a plan, knowing you two live in another state, and it will be very hard for you guys to kind of have custody that way and exchange the child, then if you have to come before a judge because y'all wasn't grown enough to come up with a plan or work it out yourselves, then a judge is going to do it. And then that'll have her, Camille, she'll end up like, damn, like, what the fuck? Like, that should have take her by surprise, because I know she probably don't know that. She'll be like, now she had to abide by what the order is that a judge has just gave her, that she has to abide by, and she don't want her son with him, and he need to get help and this and that and the other. And she'll look up and realize that, shit, I got to go drop my son off and meet him at the airport and he got to go with his dad for motherfucking 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? And she gonna be scared as fucking hell, because like I said, if she can't prove that he has done something to the child, it's hard for a judge to take their parental rights away. Now, another thing she have over him as well is he don't have an attorney, right? He doesn't have an attorney. You have to be a complete fucking idiot to go in family court without a fucking attorney. There are motions you need to be filing. There are certain dates that, it need to be filed at a certain amount of time. Motions, certain dates, court dates, just responding to different things. We don't know how that works in the whole process of it. An attorney does, a family attorney does. They know how to ask for temporary orders. They know how to put different orders in there as far as, can you order that since I'm not going to see my son, can my client at least be ordered to FaceTime his son every, for 3 times out of the week at this time, and the judge can grant that temporary order, boom. And then Camille will have to abide by that order and, let him talk to his son, over FaceTime until the next court date or whatever. So an attorney can do that for you on your behalf. An attorney is the one where you should be sending evidence to, Another thing that Pharaoh fucked up too is not only with not having an attorney, right? But it's he's on the other end. When you coming in as a defendant, you it's harder for you in court, because now you have to prove why this person isn't telling the truth, and why you should have the custody that you want, and why a judge should consider, what you want or some of what you want over theirs. So it's harder for him as well. That's another, hurdle that he got to think about. What is he doing to prove, did she serve him right? They look at all these different things that, did you serve him right? Did you, file the proof of service the right way? Did he respond to the, proof of the service of you serving him with custody paperwork? Did he respond in time? Did he serve you? Because he's supposed to even mail her a copy of his response. And if, you go in court and no judge has no response, and that shows that he also, mailed her the response, proof of service, filed it with the courts at this time, before this time frame, then, that can fuck your whole case up. It's just so much that he have against him. But again, we have to remember that, well, no. What I was going to say is, she can win custody and everything she wants that she asks for in custody by default, just from him not doing what he's supposed to do as the defendant and responding to this shit. She could win he could lose his rights by default, right? Either that way, or he could lose his rights if she have undeniable proof that if the child is going to be around him, the child life is in danger and something is going to happen to the child. It have to be that motherfucking extreme in order for a family judge to take his rights away. So is she prepared for that as well? Is she prepared? Does she think, oh, a judge, a family judge, yeah, we see what he do. He threatened her. He hit her in front of the child. We see all that. We do, right? But in front of a family judge, that's not they ain't got no dog in that fight. Okay, what did you do, in order, if he did that, what'd you do about it? Well, that ain't got nothing to do with family court. What did he do to the child? So when he hit you, did he go over there and hit the son too? You know what I'm saying? It need to be something where it's him and the child. What did he do directly to the child? What did he do? You can show the family judge that he cussed your ass out. He said he's going to come kill your whole family. If you don't let him see the son, you can say all that, you guys, in family court. Yeah, he said he coming to kill me. He said he about to come right now. He sent me the text saying that he's going to do this to my family, this, that, and the other. He called me all kind of bitches, this, that, and the other, right? No judge will care. What did he do to the child? Is all they worried about. That's them. So what? They not finna get in nothing else. They straight to the motherfucking, what did he do to the child? Can you prove that he did something to the child? Do you have any videos of him harming the child? Do you have videos of this? Do you have videos of him telling his son at 3 years old, come on, son, and have his son stand over the stove and help him cook some motherfucking eggs? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's dangerous. Like, who the fuck, nigga, is you? Oh, yeah, you need medication. You gonna have your 3-year-old son on video sitting there over a hot ass stove talking about let's cook some motherfucking eggs. Shit like that. It have to be to the extreme in order for them to kind of just take his rights away as a father. And then again, like I said, he can lose his rights too from default by him not having an attorney and not understanding different things that he have to do in a timely manner that'll fuck his shit all up. Oh yeah, it will fuck it up. Yeah. But I hope Camille is in and understands as well that, she don't want her son around him because he's not well. Well, you going in there telling the judge that a judge don't know or to believe that how is a judge supposed to, we know that, right, y'all? We know that. But how would we come before a family judge and say, well, look, he's crazy. I don't trust him around my son. My son, he's not mentally there. Okay, well, if he's not mentally there, show me how he's not mentally there. How can she show a family judge that he's not mentally there and that her son is unsafe when he is around him? How? Then that's what we go to. What? Yeah, we can say he did this. He calling, he getting online, acting like this, calling bitches, this, that, and the other. He done threatened people saying that he was going to kill them and all this other shit and all that. We understand all that for sure. We understand that. But if it doesn't have nothing to do, if it doesn't have anything to do with him and the son directly, him doing something to the son directly, they don't care. They still will give this man visitations. They still will give him unmonitored visitations. She would literally have to drop her son off. Not for no motherfucking 30 days, but in a judge's mind, especially because he's a boy too, they big on that. A boy, they feel like a boy should be with the dad, or with little babies. They don't like taking little babies away from the mom, because they feel like that bond with the mom is important for some, that's just how they do it in family court. They're not, unless the baby just had to be taken away. But no, 9 times out of 10, if they babies, they stand with the mom. The judge is not about to take the babies away from the mom just to give the dad whatever the dad is in there asking for, because that's the huge advantage that a woman has if she have babies and she's going to court for custody. And they go on the gender as well. That's a factor. So they have all these different factors that they go by, that they have to abide by, right? And it's not too different from state to state. It's like a formula, that they all have to go by. What is in the best interest of the children? So it's this whole thing that they go by, well, what is in the best interest of the children? And in their minds, that the best interest of a child is to be in both parents' lives, right? And then if you can't prove that something wrong with that other parent, then in a judge mind, y'all gonna have to work this out whatever way y'all gonna have to, or I'm gonna have to intervene and make the plan for you. Just because you not agreeing to it and he not and this and that cause this and he ain't that and all that. If you don't come up with the agreement, the judge in their mind is going to make it. And then you're going to be forced to have to do some motherfucking shit that you don't fucking want to do. They not finna just say, oh, no, he can't have visits because they live in another state. Nah, we know people who have custody of their kids on summer, holidays, every other week. They'll do 2 days out of the month, you know what I'm saying? Or, just working where that shit be super hard, especially you living in another state. And that's why they so big on mediation. Y'all go in there and work something out. Because if I got to come in and work this out, none of y'all gonna be happy with this motherfucking outcome. So if y'all don't go in there and try to work this shit out, none of y'all finna be happy. Just because he live in another state, you think he crazy, this and that and all that. And you think, okay, no, I'm not gonna agree to nothing, of course she not going to agree with what the fuck he coming in there saying. Of course not. But then she need to realize she going to have to negotiate with him, because just because she don't agree with him, and no one should agree with him. That's true, right? What this delusional shit that he saying that he want with his kids, right? But by her doing that and just saying no, 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 and him saying no, 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 and not agreeing to shit, you gonna go before that motherfucking judge, and trust me, her ass too gonna be surprised from the fucking outcome, I forgot about that as well. Now, another thing that'll help her out too is if he end up going to jail. If he end up going to jail, from what he did, they lock him up for 3 months or whatever, that'll help her out a lot. A lot. And even when he get out, right? Even when he get out, if he wanted to go to court for visitations, he could still go to court for visitations, because he still got rights. He still have rights, unless they take him away. Now, he ain't got custody to the child or can make any decisions or anything legally like that. But if he was to go before a family judge, in their mind, by law, he still has rights, so I have to respect his rights. Now, if they order that he don't have no motherfucking rights, and that's their ruling, then hey, that's the ruling. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no rights. You can't come in here asking no visitations, no time, no 10 years later, no 5 years later, no nothing. Even if something happened to her, it'll be hard for him with no rights to even go get his son. Somebody else will have to get, take custody over the son or whatever. But as long as in the court size that he have rights, and these rights haven't been taken away, they have to abide by that. I forgot about that, y'all. They have to abide by it. Yeah, we could think about that's going to fuck him up too. That's going to fuck up his chances with his child too, as far as the cases that he got pending, as far as the threats and all that evidence. She better use that shit too, because the more the better, But trust me, guys, it's weird. Even with all of that, you go before a family judge. If you can't prove that this man's a danger to his child, there's nothing that they can fucking do. They have to follow law. They have to. Isn't that crazy? Now, what I want to know is, how is he going to act when he go in there and not get what he want? He not finna get 30 days. She's not finna agree to that. Camille's not finna agree to no 30 days at all. She's not finna agree to that. So we already know they don't go in there, with the mediator, and he gonna bring that up because he been saying that. Not finna agree to it at all. She's not finna agree to it. They're gonna have to go back to court, right? His dumbass, again, if he's going in there without an attorney, He got to be the stupidest motherfucker in the world. You got to be the dumbest nigga in the world to be a father at that and going in here for custody with no attorney. You think you finna just go in here saying that I'm the dad, that's going to be enough for you to get visitations? Nah, baby. That's just not going to be. You're going to have to put up an argument. You're going to have to put up an argument. And so that's how I could see him not winning the motherfucking case, just from him not having an attorney. And what else was I going to say? Oh, what is he going to do? How is he going to handle the reality of you're not getting what you want? You're not going to be able to have your kids like that. How is he going to handle that? How is Camille going to handle the fact that, so what do you do? So look, they saying that we know he need mental help, right? You need to go get some help, right? Boom. He needs to go get some help, right? In order to see your kids. So, okay, let's just say he go get help. You telling me that once he go get help, let's say they put him on medication or whatever. Do they really think, Golden and her, Camille, that he will be even fit, even then on medication to be around his kids? Do they think that? So in their minds, they got to know what they want to. So you going to court pretty much to take his rights away. See, because that's the only way you can keep him out of the kid's life is if you go in there and, fight to get his rights taken away. Because if you don't get his rights taken away as a father, then he still has a chance on having visitations unmonitored. You have to show that he is a danger to them kids to get monitored visitation. You have to. You can't just go in there with hearsay. You can't just go in there showing videos to a family judge. That shit have to be filed. You have to, it's certain evidence that they accept and don't accept. Some shit'll be thrown out. It's just so much to this shit. You coming in there with a recording, you can't just play that. You have to have that shit out in transcript, word from word of what the person's saying in the video, in the audio. Yeah. Then have the audio with you in case they come across that exhibit and want to hear it from the audio part. You have to file the motherfucking transcripts to the audio. Certain things you can only file so much. You can't file they give you a certain limit of documents that you can file, a certain amount of evidence that you can file. They don't accept all evidence. Some of them don't even accept audio. So it's a whole bunch to this shit that I think we are forgetting. But like I said, even he don't know what he up against. Even he don't know. But like I said, my thing is they keep saying, oh, he needs to go get help. In order to see the kids, he needs to go get help. Okay, so if he never goes to get help, so that means that the kids is never going to be around him, right? They need to come to that. They need to make up their mind. They need to know what they know. You know what I'm saying? They need to come to all this, oh, y'all want him to be the dad. And, I don't want to do him like that because the kids ask for him, all this other shit. Okay, we understand all that, whatever, right? So it comes a point in time to where it's either you want the kids to have visits with him or you don't fucking want the kids to have visits with him. So if you saying he need to go get help, right, to be around the kids, what help you telling him to go get? What help? So you want him to go be on some psych meds or whatever. So once he go do that, you think that he'll be in his right state of mind to even watch the kids then? You know what I'm saying? So what is it that that they want? What is it? I sure wouldn't want my damn child around some, daddy or motherfucking who's on some motherfucking psych meds. What if he not taking the psych meds on time? And we already can scratch that out. And they need to scratch it out too, because they already know he not about to go get help because he don't think that there's anything wrong with him, right? So they need to get that out of their minds. Just like these people thinking he finna snap back into who he used to be before and do all that shit. It's a wrap. Okay. So with his baby mamas, they need to know that, okay, this man never gonna go get help. So I have to make a decision where my kids can never be around them. Or if I do have my kids around them, I'm gonna have to be around them. Do I even want to be around him? You can't just keep doing this. Okay, I'm gonna come, let the kids be here for a week, then not. Then I'm gonna come, go over here and I'll be with the kids and you can watch the kids then and then not. I mean, like, that's just, come on, you can't just be doing shit. Like, it's either he crazy or he not crazy. He need help or he don't need help. Because if the nigga need help, okay, then you shouldn't even want your kids around him at all if that's how they feel. You know what I'm saying? And if that's the case, then they need to be going to court to get full custody, and then they need to be going to court to go and get his parental rights taken away. And it's going to be real hard for them to get his parental rights taken away if they can't prove that he's mentally unstable to be around his children. You can say whatever the fuck you want to say. If they don't have proof of that, they fuck. The judge isn't going to hear it. You know how many accusations a judge hear when they come in there? I mean, you have to prove all that. They hear so much shit. They hear so much. But Camille, they both got a chance at, having full custody of the kids or whatever, right? But what they don't realize, again, and I'm going to end, is that he still have a right to visitations and he can still visit the kids. How they gonna handle that once that happen, when they gotta drop them damn kids off to him? You know what I'm saying? By himself. It's gonna be hard for them to prove that he need to have monitor visits. They do the shit like that when you got accusations of him touching the kids or him doing something to the kids, if he a registered sex offender, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And even, isn't that crazy where they would still give a registered sex offender monitor visits? Like, I'm like, it ain't even that motherfucking serious. Shit. Oh, the child need to be around the dad. No, they don't. Not if they doing all that shit. It ain't that motherfucking serious. I could go get him another motherfucking daddy. Shit. The fuck is you talking about? He can still have it. Like, they make it, they pretty much have it where, shit, you got to show he damn near tried to drown the kids and kill the motherfuckers in order for them to take the parental rights away from the dad and shit. You know? But I just want to know, how is she going to be prepared if she get that judge that's like that? That's on the book. You know what I'm saying? That's just, everything is from the book and nope. And I mean, you got them judges who just go do everything by the motherfucking book. Then you get some judges who be lenient and kind of feeling you got the evidence right there and kind of can read through the shit and then to be on your side or whatnot. But shit, when you get them ones who just write all about, just going from the book and everything, they following protocol right from the fucking, child custody, because they have a book. I had downloaded the book one time and sent it to a couple of people, and they got a list of, it's the judge bench. It's called the judge bench for family law. Like, everything that they look at, all the factors, and everything that they have to kind of abide by when it comes to custody cases. And it's a whole list of things that they go down. I should post that thing on there. It's like maybe 100 and some pages. But yeah, they go by a certain list of things that they have to abide by. And I'm telling you, in family court, it's so weird. It's so complicated. And again, she could go in there and say that he kicked her, he spit in her face, he did this and that and all that. If she can't say that he didn't do that to the kid, a judge be like, well, damn, I'm sorry that he did that to you. You know what I'm saying? Shit. They ain't got nothing. Did he do it to the kid? Look at her like that. Well, you be like, well, damn, bitch. You know what I'm saying? They will piss your ass off in there. I'll tell your ass in a minute. Well, what did you do about that? Well, did he do it to the child? All right, then. Well, ma'am, but he didn't do it to the child. Then I don't need to hear that. Like, damn, bitch. They be some assholes sometimes. So we got to look at this shit both ways. I forgot about a lot of points. I forgot about a lot of important factors into child custody. So when I was thinking about it, I'm like, well, let me put this out here too, because we got to look at both sides. Because this nigga can't end up with shit, having the kids for a whole little week. Shit. Once a week and shit. The judge will give his ass the kids once a week. And we know he ain't fit to be around them damn kids and none of that. We know that. But in the family judge mind, if they don't have legal proof or the proof that falls under their, best interest of children, little thing, then in their eyes, That's not no danger to the child, and they have to do their job and follow the fucking law. Follow that book. They got to. So I wanted to say that as well. I always end with, you guys be careful out there because these motherfuckers is crazy. So let's just see. I want to know what you guys think about it, your experiences. If you do, I know I posted a different video of custody and I got a lot of different responses of people saying their experiences, and those comments were pretty interesting too. So tell me what you guys think. We got to look at both sides. Isn't that fucked up? We forgot about that. We forgot about how them judges be working. Them motherfuckers ain't about no hearsay. Oh, he this, that, none of that. You got to come in there with some proof. But then again, he coming in there, weak than a motherfucker, tell you too, because the nigga ain't got no attorney. He ain't probably filing shit on time. He ain't got no evidence to prove that she's a bad mom. So it looks to be in her favor, a lot. But again, he still got rights. If he want to go and say, hey, can I have one day? Or, this, that, a judge will grant that shit to his ass. Yeah, she would. She definitely would. All right. So they need to be trying to go get his rights taken away, if that's the case, because if his rights not taken away, he still can have access to those children without them being around. And they would have to go and take them kids or meet each other halfway or whatever. They would have to, do that in order to exchange the child or whatnot. And that's only if they can't come up with an agreement and get that shit signed off. They ain't even got to go to family law. They can talk on the phone and they can fucking sit here and come up with the agreement then, But she is going to be so shocked when she realized that what the judge is going to want to see and what the judge is not going to give a fuck about, and hopefully she has an attorney as well, because they already know family law. They know what is important and what's not important. And you don't want to go in there unprepared, and not knowing these things. You don't want to do that, because I'm telling you, you'll fuck around and, and have an outcome where it'll change your whole motherfucking life. I mean, like, not just the outcome, it'll change your whole life. Your whole schedule, things you have to do, and you thinking that you just going in there, and you got an open, closed, shut case, when we have to remember, y'all, that judge look at so many different things and take different things into consideration. No matter how much we think that this nigga ain't a good dad and we know he shouldn't be having them fucking kids and he do need some fucking help and no kids should be with him. But guess what? A family judge will say, yeah. Isn't that fucked up? A family judge will think different. So y'all keep that in mind. All right? Y'all have a good night.